Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel and to another Transformers review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Legacy Velocitron Speedia 500 collection Cybertron Universe Override. But I'm going to get this out of the way at the top of the video. I will not be referring to this figure as Override. I don't subscribe to the American version of the 3 Japanese series that were released in the 2000s, so I will be referring to him with his proper name. He's Nitro Convoy from Galaxy Force, and that's what I will be calling him from now on. So yeah, stick with me for this. It's just, I prefer it. I don't like the American versions. I think they just ruin Galaxy Force, but it's just me. So anyway, yeah, you will notice, of course, that he's not in his box, and that's because I was really looking forward to this figure. I love Galaxy Force, and yeah, when it turned up, I was just like, yeah, I'm going to have to play with it before I do a review, so yeah, that's why he's not in his box. Normal service will be resumed, excuse me, for the other figures that I picked up from this collection. So yeah, it's just this one, but we will get to Nitro Convoy shortly. So right, yes, the packaging is, yeah, it's packaging. I'm not massively happy with Smiths because I bought this online, and this is what they did to the box. I'm just glad that the artwork wasn't damaged. The artwork is pretty spiffy, looks really nice, and up here also in his vehicle mode. So right, yes, it's Speedia 500. This is kind of a contradiction in terms. This is really weird for me because in Galaxy Force the planet is called Speedia, not Velocitron, so this kind of reads Speedia collection to me. It doesn't look right. So yeah, and this is the Speedia logo that you get on the Force chips as well. We'll come to that in a minute. Override, but obviously Nitro Convoy, and the new Legacy branding, which really reminds me of, if you've seen, I can't remember the band it is now, I saw it in Teen Titans Go. There's a song called The Night Begins to Shine, and this just reminds me of that song, and the sort of the soft rock 80s style. It's really cool. And he is obviously a Voyager class figure. I thought he was deluxe for some reason, so anyway, there you go. You've got some Cybertronian down that side. Don't ask me what it says, I haven't got a clue. And here's the back with Nitro Convoy looking Nitro Convoy. And again, that gorgeous bit of artwork there, you can really see there. He looks amazing, just stunning. That's the top of the box, just with a little bit of a product shot, and that's the bottom, and that's about it for the packaging. Usually at this point I'd say I'm going away and I'm going to cut him out, but no, I don't need to because he's already out. So let me put that box to one side and let me bring Nitro Convoy back in, and you'll have to bear with me while I have a little bit of a rearrange. Let me just bring this down. There you go, now you can see him. Get there, stay up. Stay. She doesn't want to stand. Stay, or I'll take you away. There we go. Alright, so here's Nitro Convoy in all of his red and white glory, and yeah, for the most part I really like this figure. It looks really good. It's mostly anime accurate. There are a few bits that aren't quite right, but it's basically nitpicking at that stage. I've left him in his vehicle mode because that's how he comes out of the box, and yeah, he looks pretty decent. So let's get in closer and have a look, and you can see there, my lights are sort of bouncing off the white, but it's very nice bright white. I really hope that the whatever fire retardant they used in War for Cybertron they didn't use in this line, because I want this to stay white. I don't want it to go yellow like my Shattered Glass Starscream has gone. I just discovered yesterday. So fingers crossed for that, but at the moment he looks gorgeous, and the red is really nice and deep as well. And look, 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 pinned wheels. Pinned wheels. Now I've got Hauler as well, and I haven't taken him out of the box yet, so I don't know if his wheels are pinned, but I hope so. That would be great. If we're going back to pinned wheels, then that'll make me feel better about the higher price point, because this was not cheap. But anyway, regardless, okay, get a good idea there. That's what he looks like at the back. Sorry for the glare, but it's kind of weird not seeing a force chip slot at the back here. They kind of simulated one, but yeah, just kind of looks a bit weird. Yeah, and that's what he looks like underneath. So yeah, he comes together really nicely in car mode. I mean, usually at this point I'd be doing articulation, but obviously he's in his vehicle mode, so he doesn't have any. The only thing he does have is you can move these up and down, and that's it basically. So yeah, slight nitpick in the vehicle mode is that the cockpit isn't wide enough. It should be wider than this. But that's pretty much it for his vehicle. Although, no, actually, I do have another nitpick. Black feet. Black feet. No lights in the feet. This is annoying to me. I want lights in the feet, please, because that's anime accurate. This is not accurate. It's a small nitpick. It's not a huge one. It just would have been nice if they'd have done that. But yeah, otherwise I think his vehicle mode looks fan-a-dabby-dozy. So let me bring in, I don't have a Nitro Convoy, but I do have a dark Nitro Convoy. Also, by the way, if you're saying they're not pronouncing Nitro correctly, it's because the Japanese don't pronounce I's like we do. They pronounce them as E's. So Nitro Convoy is the correct pronunciation. So yeah, that's why I'm saying it that way. So anyway, here we go. Here's my dark Nitro Convoy, and you can see the new one is smaller. It's not a whole lot smaller, but it is smaller. I just knocked Kitty over. Sorry, Kitty. Don't knock Kitty. There you go. You see what I say? The lights here would have been nice to have had the lights. It's not huge. Also, I think that I prefer this design where it's all sort of a bit closer together. It would have been nice if we could have rotated the feet in further so we get this nice design here. Because if I recall correctly, Takara designed the toys and then the animation studio did the animation based off of the way the toy looked. So as opposed to the other way around. So this is pretty much as close to the animation as you can get, albeit in different colours. This is pretty good, but it's not perfect. There you go, this one aside. I love this dark Nitro Convoy, I think it looks great. The only other thing that bugs me slightly about the new one is that in the original you use the force chip. Here's what I'm saying about the Speedia logo as well. That's the one specifically for Speedia. In the original, if you put the force chip in the back, trying to do this without seeing it, this happens, and it just, I don't know if you saw that because the guns are dark on the Nitro, my dark Nitro Convoy one. You can't do that with the new one. There's no way to do that. You just can't. You can't have the weapons flip forward. Which is it's quite a bit of a shame because he uses it quite often in the show for shooting other Destrons mainly in the show when they're on Speedia. So I'm going to take that kitty away, she keeps falling over. So yeah, it's a little bit of a shame, but it's not a deal breaker. So yeah, so that's it for the comparison with the Dark Nitro Convoy that I have there. Yeah, it looks pretty good. It's not perfect, but it looks pretty good. So, right, let's do the transformation. Right, so I'm going to start by just popping this piece off the back. Keep on. There we go. It's just on with the one peg. And then you want to come to the front and you want to lift this piece up slightly, and then you're going to just pull this piece apart here. It's clipped in with a tab there. And then you can just unfold the legs, bring them down, and then they're going to clip in just there. So there you go, clips in rather nicely. Do the same on the other leg, like so. And then you can rotate those around and come to the back, and you want to just bring the feet down. Just move it past that piece, rotate it around, and then fold it over, and that's just going to clip in to there, like so. And then the same here. Actually, I think you can do that first, it's probably better. Yeah, there you go. And then that folds over, clips in, and then that's the lower half done. And then you're going to come to the back section, and there's a lot of moving about up here. So you want to pull the arms out from here. You can see they're just holding onto those pegs, so pull them out, move them like so, and then they're clipped together in here. So you're just going to want to unclip that, and then you're going to just wiggle this. It's on a hinge here, and wiggle this. Oh, I should say as well, it clips in here and here. Apologies, it's just here. Look, see. There we go. Unpeg and then rock up like so. Put the arms out of the way. Just rotate these arms out of the way like so, and then you're going to fold all of this over like so. Bring down that front piece, bring all this down, and it's all going to just rotate around like so. Bring it around, clip it into there, and then bring this section all the way down, bring this down so it's to there, and then you want to wiggle these down to here, and then they're going to slide in on this joint here. So you're going to just slide them in, and then you're going to just tap that into there like so, and do the same this side. Wiggle it down, slide it in. It's a little bit snug on that slider as well. Come on, in you go. There we go. That all clips in together like so. And then, rotate the arms. And rotate the fists. And no, that's not quite in far enough, that side. That slider is a bit of a pain. Oh, I see what I've done. I haven't. Oops, sorry. That bit's supposed to clip into there. My bad. That's why it's not sliding in properly. There we go. And there you go. That's Nitro Convoy in his robot mode, and he does look pretty good. Yeah, well, he's nice. Yeah, like I say, I don't have the original one to do a comparison with, but I think for the most part he's pretty accurate. Just get in on his face. He's got a nice gold for his face as well, which is nice. Which I believe the original toy has. I think the one that was released in the West just had a yellow painted face, which yeah, it doesn't really look as good. The gold painted face I think is much better. And I'll be honest, I don't really understand why the Americans felt the need to gender swap him, because he doesn't even look female. I could understand if he looked female, but he didn't. He looks like a dude. But there you go. What can I say? I don't get it, but I know my friend will always say that he's a she because they collect female bots. You know who you are. And yeah, we're never going to agree on that, I don't think. But I'll let them have that one. They get a pass on that one. But yeah, he's got some gorgeous gold paint on him. He looks really nice in his robot mode. Let's see, you got it all down his arms and everything. And then the legs are, I mean, they're pretty much, you've seen it, haven't you? So you saw it in the vehicle mode. And there's the back. All tidies up quite nicely. A little bit of hollowness here and there, but it's not too bad. It's not as bad as it's been recently. This is weird though. He's got a clear plastic head, which would make for some boss light piping, and then they painted his eyes blue. Why did they not just make the back of his head blue? No, it doesn't make any sense to me at all. But yeah, there you go. So articulation wise, his head rotates. It's not, you can't do anything else with it, it just rotates. His arms can go all the way around, out to the side. Rotation at the bicep, about 90 degrees of bend at the elbow. Rotation at the fist. Waist rotation, but this backpack gets in the, well, not backpack, back flap gets in the way, so you can't get much out of it, sadly. His legs will go forward that far, they'll only go back that far, out to the side all the way. Technically he doesn't have a knee bend, but if you unclip that, oh no, I tell it like, he does, doesn't he, because it clips lower down. I'm really sorry, it's late at night, it's really hot here, I'm making all kinds of mistakes. Yeah, so knee bend to about there, and then he does have a little bit of ankle tilt, but not too much, and the ankles can move forward and a wee bit back, but not too much, unless you open that up, and then obviously you can sort of fold it all the way back up again. So yeah, that's it for his articulation, which is decent. It's not great, but it's alright. And then of course you can give him his weapon, and yeah, like I say, no force chips, so all you can do is just rotate these pieces out, like so. That's quite nicely painted. Nice white and red. So it looks alright. And then just hold that on there like so. And there he can blow away some destrons if he wants. So I'll just bring in my Dark Nitro Convoy for a comparison. And yeah, you'll have to give this one a little bit of leeway because it's what was it, 2006, so it's almost 20 years old. And it has the sort of semi-transforming, auto-transformation, excuse me, I should say, gimmick. So, yeah, he's kind of hindered by that a bit. But you get an idea. The new one actually does stand taller, which is quite interesting. But you have to bear in mind also that this is the old deluxe class. This is a Voyager class. Yeah, so... this one is bulkier in the chest, but if you look at the animation, it is bulkier in the animation. So I did double check with this one, and it is too slim. The chest area is too slim, which is a shame. It just needed to be a little bit thicker in the chest. But otherwise, I don't think they look too bad together. I hope, I mean Hasbro aren't going to do it, but I hope Takara does do a Dark Nitro Convoy repaint of this, because I wasn't able to get a second one. So unless I can get a second one and do the repaint myself, I'm just relying on Takara to do one for me. So Yes please, Takara. I'm not the only one that buy a Dark Nitro version. So, yeah, you get the idea. It's fairly similar for the most part. Just because you can still see the lights as feet, I would have liked them in the new version. It's not a huge thing, but it would have been nice. But for the most part, yeah, pretty comparable, I would say. Now, I should say, usually when I start off with these, I do, you know, what it comes with in the box. And obviously I didn't do it this time because everything was attached, but I did forget to show you the instructions, so have a quick look at those. I like the colour. I think the colour's nice, but aside from that, their instructions, they're the exact same as normal, so yeah, nothing really different. Although this is my first Legacy figure. This is the first one I bought up till now. I've not really been bothered by the Legacy stuff until now. It's the only one I really wanted. So yeah, overall, he's good. I like him. And we got these before the Americans, which is brilliant because we usually never get stuff before the Americans. So yeah, I was well pleased to get this one so early. Yeah, he's decent. Few little bugbears, but for the most part I'm really stoked that I've got one. It's the only Legacy figure that I really wanted outside of Cosmos. I did buy Cosmos as well. I wasn't going to. I was going to wait until he went down in price, and then we found out there was some sort of exclusive in America, and it was a whole thing, and I decided to pick Cosmos up while I was able to. So yeah, so that'll be coming soon. But I think for this one, that's about it. Definitely, if you can get one of these, definitely worth picking one up if you like Galaxy Force. I don't know if they're going to come back into stock at Smith's. I think that's the only place you can get one. And these sold out within like a day of going on sale, I think. So yeah, if you can get one, get one. But yeah, I think that's all I have to say about this guy. So, as always, thank you for watching. Do take care of yourselves, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.